Good evening, Andrews family. My friend Mr. Mac called me on the bat phone and said that you're doing read alouds every single day. So I thought, hey, why not have Batman read you a story? So today I'm going to read you Dog Breath. This is my favorite book. Robin and I read it all the time in the Batcave. There once was a dog named Hallie who lived with the Tosis family. Hallie Tosis was a very good dog, but she had a big problem. Hallie Tosis had horrible breath. Whoever Hallie Tosis opened her mouth, horrible things happened. Her breath might be good for fighting crime. When the children took Hallie Tosis for a walk, everyone else walked. On the other side of the street, even skunks avoided Hallie Tosis. But the real trouble started one day when Grandma Tosis stopped by for a cup of tea, and Hallie jumped up to say hello. Mr. and Mrs. Tosis were not amused. Something has to be done about that smelly dog, they said. The next day, Mr. and Mrs. Tosis decided to find a new home for Hallie. The children knew the only way they could save their dog was to get rid of her bad breath. So they took Hallie Tosis to the top of a mountain that had a breathtaking view. They hoped that the breathtaking view would take Hallie's breath away, but it didn't. Next, the children took Hallie Tosis to a very exciting movie about Batman. They hoped that all the excitement would leave Hallie breathless. But it didn't. Must have been a movie about Superman then. Finally, the children took Hallie Tosis to a carnival. They hoped that Hallie would lose her breath on the speedy roller coaster. But the idea stunk too. The plans to change Hallie's bad breath had failed. Now, only a miracle could save Hallie Tosis. Sadly, the three friends said goodnight, unaware that a miracle was just on the horizon. Later that night, when everyone was sound asleep, two sneaky burglars crept into the Tosis house. The two burglars were tiptoeing through the dark, quiet rooms when suddenly they came upon Hallie Tosis. "Yikes," whispered one burglar. "It's a big, mean, scary dog." "Ah, don't be silly," whispered the other burglar. "That's only a cute little fuzzy puppy." The two burglars giggled at the sight of such a friendly little dog. "That dog couldn't hurt a fly," whispered one burglar. "Come here, Poochie Poochie," whispered the other. So Hallie Tosis came over and gave the burglars a big, nice kiss. The next morning, the Tosis family awoke to find two burglars passed out cold on the living room floor. It was a miracle. The Tosis family got a big reward for turning in the crooks, and soon the Hallie Tosis was the most famous crime-fighting dog in the country. Notice it says dog and not person, because I'm the most famous crime-fighting person. In the end, Mr. and Mrs. Tosis changed their mind about finding a new home for Hallie. They decided to keep their wonderful watchdog after all. because life without halitosis just wouldn't make any sense. Get it? That was a joke. Wouldn't make any sense. All right, friends. Well, thank you for letting me step in for Mr. Mac tonight and read you this read aloud. I absolutely loved it, but I got to get back to fighting crime. So, have a good night. We'll see you again later.